Thomas Weather.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Hear Rich's forecast hourly on these Blue Water Broadcasting radio stations.
Hey, good morning, everybody. How you doing on this Thursday morning? It's the 22nd day of September, and as I make this, we're about 16 hours left of summer before fall officially begins. That'll be later on this evening at 8:04 p.m. So today's going to be a very hot day. Yesterday we were in the middle 90s with a triple-digit heat indices. Today I think we're perhaps in the upper 90s with triple-digit heat indices as the last few hours of summer transpire. A little frontal system will be heading southward, and that could touch off a stray shower, I suppose, somewhere. So I'll put in a 10 to 20% chance of a shower, just like a couple of days ago. Remember, there was that one renegade shower on radar, and some of you got wet, and many did not. All right, so the record high for today, by the way, is 99 in 1925. Will we get somewhere in the neighborhood? Maybe, perhaps. A little frontal system moving southward will mean that behind it, tomorrow and Saturday, will feel much nicer. It'll be not as hot, and it will be certainly not as humid. Yeah, Friday and Saturday looking pretty good. And then on Sunday, we'll put in a small rain chance again as another frontal system tries to move through the area with a chance of a few afternoon or evening showers and thunderstorms. That's your forecast discussion. And now let's talk about the tropics. Let's talk about Invest 98L. 98L this morning is just a little tropical wave near the Venezuelan coast. So what's the big deal? Well, the models strongly suggest that over the warm waters of the Caribbean over the next few days, this system will have a chance to develop and eventually maybe become a hurricane as it heads in the general direction of the Gulf of Mexico. This is the European ensembles, and you can see that most of the ensemble members, and there's 51 of them, seem to favor the state of Florida sometime next week. And then, a few of them are farther to the west, but we look at the American model, which is the GFS, and it is farther west with its models. There are some involving Florida, but there are more involving maybe the central Gulf. So, the jury is out on the future of this system that will eventually be called Hermine and maybe Hurricane Hermine. Meanwhile, Fiona is a monster. Category 4 hurricane. Look at that presentation on the satellite. It'll pass west of Bermuda today on its trek towards Canada. And eventually it will become a historic storm for Canada, unfortunately, and probably do a tremendous amount of damage. Fiona is going to be one for the history books, no doubt. All right, so, the main point is don't stress on this future tropical system in the Gulf of Mexico right now. One thing is the models don't have anything to grab onto because the system hasn't even formed yet. So once the system forms, the models will have a better idea on where it could go, how strong it could be, and the time factor. All right, so you and I will be talking about this system for several days. But once it gets into the Gulf of Mexico, it has to make landfall somewhere. That's the problem. And it looks like it will be a hurricane. So we'll continue to watch this system very carefully. This morning, everything is normal, including live on the radio, 6 to 9, News Talk 93.1. Meteorologist Ryan Stinnett and I will talk about this future system and everything else on CBS 8 and ABC 32. Watch us on TV this morning. There'll be another video for you first thing tomorrow morning at 4:45 a.m. That's the official posting time. Frequently, it comes out much earlier than that. And you can always hear my forecast across the dial on 8 radio stations. That's the Blue Water family of stations. All right, you're up to date now. This is your forecast discussion. All the details are in the blog section below. If you're watching on YouTube, there's information in the description section on how to see the blog. Have a good day today. Fall beginning in a few hours from now. See you later.